Hey, what's up guys? Welcome all you YouTubers to the second part of the basic introduction to Microsoft Excel. On this video, we will continue with the same spreadsheet that we used in part 1. So I'm excited to work on it with you guys. I want to provide a download link as well for you on this video. So in the description box below, just click on the link and then you can download this video and then we can work together through it, because human beings learn the best by doing. So I will work through every sheet that was on a previous spreadsheet, and then you can follow as well and also see all the tips, all the ideas and all the options and all the thinking behind every spreadsheet. So let's get started. Alright, I'm going to start off with basic text and formatting, guys. Now, as you can see, I have a table here with a few text in, and one of the most things that I think people are not aware of in Microsoft Excel is sometimes all the little small shortcuts that you need to use, or specific items that you need to put in a cell or symbols before you can actually put in text. So let's do an example. I have here a column with the name of text example, right? And what I want to portray here for you is sometimes the things you need to do to make your text working, right? So the text column is where we will just copy what we have in a text example column. So I'm gonna type in the word dad in the text column. Alright, now the first example, as you can see here, is I'm just replicating what's in the first column. But the second one is where we have a minus sign in front of the dad, and you will notice in Microsoft Excel, the moment that you put in a minus sign, automatically, Microsoft Excel recognizes this as a type of a formula. So the only way to circumvent that is to add in an apostrophe first. And that is a very, very important thing to do, because you'll see the moment that you do add an apostrophe first, inherently in Microsoft Excel, it is being recognized as text. All right, and for that reason, then you will notice, I'm just going to zoom in here. So this little apostrophe, you'll get it on your keyboard, guys. Just add that before you start typing, and then you don't have to waste any time or struggle with any formulas that wants to pop up. Alright, thirdly, the one to the left shows an equal sign before the word dad. So you'll notice as well, if I do that, immediately Microsoft Excel recognizes this as a formula, and we will get to that just now. But generally, if you want to add a formula to Microsoft Excel, you need to start with an equal sign. So usually you start with an equal sign, and then, for example, say 1 plus or 19 plus 1, and that gives you 20. But that we won't do that now. So also I just want to show, add an apostrophe and then with the equal sign, and then we type in dad. Alright, and there we have exactly the same as what we have on the left. Then another thing that's commonly being encountered is, let's say you are entering text in a cell which is quite much bigger than the cell itself, right? And it stretches over a few cells horizontally, like in this case. So I have the sentence here: I love the sun shining all over me and the heat of the day. So let's say I want to put all that text in only one cell. Well, you can do it in two different ways. The one is to just click on the cell and to click on the button that says wrap text. Alright, and the moment that you do that, you'll notice that your text will be wrapped and it will increase the row height but keep the same column width. Alright, so that is the one option that you can use. The different option is just to manually adjust your row height. Alright, and then at certain sections in your cell, so we need to then manually adjust the position of the text. So after the word shining, you can just put your cursor there and press Alt Enter. Alright, and then at the next word, at the end of you can also press Alt Enter, and then you manually cut your sentence into portions. So that is typically used. So let's say if you want to put a list inside a cell, one way to do that is you can, so let's do an example. I want to put a list of 1, 2, 3, right? So I can say -1, and then I press Alt and Enter, and then I can go and I can say -2 and Alt and Enter and then -3. So that usually you can do that. All right, we just need to add an apostrophe here. And there you go. There is the list, and then we can do whatever we want with that. So the more simple way and just easier way of putting all this text in one cell is just to use the wrap text button itself. But I'll cover that later in my videos. Then a few critical shortcuts as well that you need to know is if you want to highlight all the cells in a sheet. So in the sheet, for example, if I want to highlight all the cells, just press on your keyboard Control directly followed by A, the letter A, right? So if I do that, immediately you can see all the cells are highlighted. So let's say I want to copy cells as well, and it's then I can just press Control and with the letter C. So I can select, for example, all these cells. I can press Control C, and the way you know you press it correctly is it will have this lines running in on the circumference of it. And then if you look at the next row, I'm saying that the next shortcut is Control V. So that is to paste a selected cell or cells at a selected cell. So based on the cells that we copied, let's just select a certain cell, and then I'm just going to paste it, and there you can see it pastes all the cells. Now if I want to undo that, the next shortcut that you also need to know is Control Z. Alright, Z for zebra. So if I press Control Z again, alright, and there I undo the work that I did. If I want to redo that work, the shortcut for that is Control Y, Y for Yankee. So if you can just press Control Y, there you can see then it pastes it again. So Control Z just removes it. Then another good thing to know is if you want to move on data in a row or either a column, and specifically you want to move from top to bottom in a column, immediately you just highlighting all the cells in that column then as well, you just press Control Shift and downward arrow. So if I select this text here and I press Control Shift and downward arrow, as you can see it highlights this whole column, right? But I can also just press on the top cell here and then followed by Control and downward arrow, and then I just move immediately in the column through to the bottom. And this arrow can also be right arrow, left arrow, and top arrow. It doesn't have to be down arrow. I'm just showing that to you. But you can use initiative and creativity as well, and know that you're not limited to only downward arrow. So I can put my select any cell in a given sheet, and then just from there press Control upward button, for example, and there I go to the top cell. I can press Control rightward, and then it will take me to the last column in Microsoft Excel. From this position, if I press Control downward again, as you can see, I will move to the bottom right hand corner of Microsoft Excel, and then as well just Control topward button and Control left button, and there I am back at the home page. Alright, that's cell number 1. Alright guys, let's quickly have a look at tables and formulas. So using the same table that we had in the previous sheet, where we had all the apples, oranges and grapefruit, let us quickly do just a few formula calculations on this. So this is just to introduce the formula section of Microsoft Excel. So you'll find this in the formula ribbon. So on this ribbon tab on the top ribbon of Microsoft Excel, just click on formulas, and then here you will see all the different options that we have available, right? So I just want to sensitize you to what is available, and everything is here, from trigonometry to statistics to anything, even just doing plain arithmetic. The main or the quickest way to actually start off with the formula is just to click on a cell where you want the answer to be displayed, and then to just press the equal sign, and then from there we can do a example together. So I'm just going to do a summation of all of the values, all of the number values in the apples column, right? So I'm just going to press equal followed by the word sum. Alright, so each formula in Microsoft Excel has a specific name as well, guys, and this is something that you must just take note of. If you want to know the name of a specific formula, you can actually go to insert function and look at the table, and we'll do that just now. But if you just want to plus everything together, or do the combined sum of everything. The formula name for that is sum, and then you follow that with a left bracket. You select all the cells that you want. You select the closing bracket, and then you just press enter, and then it will give you the arithmetic sum. All right, if you want to get a certain formula in Microsoft Excel, you can just press on this insert function button, and here you will see all the different functions are listed here. There's quite a few of them, and you can also search for a specific function in this little box here, and then it will pop up this certain function that you are in need of. Alright guys, next up is conditional formatting. So as you can recall, we had this column to the right where we changed colors based on the threshold values of the amount of fruit that we actually ate each day of the week. So where you can get this specifically is on the home ribbon. Alright, so if you click on the home ribbon, make sure you click there. And if you click on any of these cells, whether you want to change any of these conditional formatting or if you want to add an additional one, you can just highlight the applicable cells where you want that to be done. And then you see this highlighted button here, it says conditional formatting. You just have to click on there, and then here you get all the different settings, so all the different rules that you can add. Typically where you can add new rules is to just click on manage rule, and then you can add a specific new rule here, or you can edit an existing rule which is in the cells. And we'll cover this later in more detail in different videos that I'll upload for you guys. Alright guys, next up is just having a look quickly at our monthly and weekly planner. So previously we had this little week in August that we made a planner for, and you can actually, you know, if you want to do the same, what you need to do to get the same type of layout, and this is where you can merge certain cells. And I just want to introduce you to some of the formatting options. So if I want to change the row height, for example, so of a certain cell, you would have to click on this left hand row, well, clickable row numbers. So as you can see now here, these big cells in which we will put the specific to-do list for a given day, just to the left hand side, it's in row number 4. So you have to just put your cursor on the number 4, and then you'll see that little black arrow. The moment that you see that, you can just right click on that and go to row height, and then you can just manually adjust your row height to any value that you want. So we can just make that, let's make that 90 for now. Alright, and there I changed the row height. As you can see, if I want to change different column widths, you have to do the same thing on the column. So based on the certain cells that you want to edit, just go to the top column ribbon, alright, and then wait until the cursor makes that little black arrow, click on a certain column, and then you can just drag the cursor. So hold in the left mouse button and just drag along all the columns, right click and say column width, and then you can change here the column width as well. Alright, and then we can just again click on change that, and you'll notice after you have changed the column width, all the columns will remain highlighted, guys. So this is quite good, because if you want to make a change, you can quickly make a change. If you're done, you can just click on any cell again in the workbook or in the sheet, and the highlight will go away. Now, as you will see, all this text as well in the sheet is bold, according to a bold font. And you can change this. So I just want to showcase some basic formatting here. You can then just highlight all of the cells, and there's one of two ways in which you can edit that. You can either use on the home ribbon, all the formatting, font formatting, which is in this area where I'm circling my cursor. So you can, this B stands for bold, and then the I for italics. Alright, and then we can underline them as well if we want. Alright. If I want to just quickly select all of that, just use the same shortcut that I showed previously, which is Control A, and then I can highlight all of that, and I can just change it back to bold. I can remove the underlining, and then we can change colors as well by using this little A here, right? And we can change any colors that we want on that. You can also, secondary to that, if you want to change some of the formatting here, you can go to Format Cells. So you need to right click on the selected cell area and say Format Cells. And then here we can also change the font right here. So if you go onto the tab font, we can change it here as well to different values. And we can add also borders here. All right, a secondary way to do that is if we want to remove borders at a different place, you can just select the grouping of cells, for example, and then on the home ribbon as well, you'll see this little block on top of, or just vertically above the word font. And then here you can select as well the specific border that you want. And yeah, visually it's indicated which border is available. So you guys can just select any one there that you want. All right, next up, guys, is to just have a look at the graphs. So if you have data like in this column portrayed here, if you want to add any graph, you can literally go to the tab Insert, right? So in the ribbon, click on Insert, and then go to Charts, and you need to select the applicable chart for your given scenario. So let's choose for example a scattered plot in this instant, and as you can see, it now automatically selected data. If you want to change this data, you need to click on the chart. So right click and click on select data, and here you can see it auto populated now the data series with the name of monthly cost, but I can go and edit that. So just highlight it and click on edit. And there on series X values, what we can say now here is that we can just erase that and reselect all our X values, and then all the Y values we can go and manually reselect as well. All right, and press enter. So if you want to just see how I did that, if I select certain data, you can just erase this with your mouse, and then Microsoft Excel, anywhere in the sheet, if you just click with your mouse button and drag it, you'll notice it automatically populates all your values right here. So you can at any time erase that and drag literally at any point in the cell values, and you'll see it will auto populate that. So it's quite user friendly. There's nothing difficult to that. So just keep that in mind when you're selecting data. And as you can see now, it populated for me this scatter plot. So initially we had this pie chart. So I'm just going to continue showing here some of the options that you can use and specific points of interest. If I want to change the colors, for example, you need to select a certain block or slice of this pie chart, and you'll see that is applicable to any chart really. You can just select the applicable portion of that chart that you want to edit, and then you'll notice the small little round circles that's automatically highlighted. So if I just press with the right mouse button on that and I say format data point, then you will see all the options that I can use and where I can edit it, and I can go and change colors here as well. And we'll cover that more in depth later in some of the videos that I will upload. But this is just to sensitize you to some of the options. If I want to change the font here, I can just click on this legend, right, and then I can just go to the font section here on the home ribbon, and I can just go and change font size. I can change the type of font that's used. So it's very user friendly. The same goes for the title, chart title. I can just click on that and I can go and manually change all of the formatting here. So that is how I edit charts. All right, guys, now having a look at importing data. So you remember previously we had these data that we imported from an external txt file. So I just want to show you where I did that exactly. So all you need to do, go to the ribbon, go to the data tab inside your ribbon, and then you will see here, there's actually a specific section where Microsoft Excel allows you to import the external data. You'll notice here the caption on this block that says get external data. And previously we just clicked on this little section that says from text, and then from there we can select any applicable txt file. So all the necessary specific options or different options that you want, just go to the data tab, and then wherever you see the caption get external data, that is where you can do that. Lastly, guys, by using the VBA editor, I just want to showcase to you what you need to do and what settings you need to incorporate in order to use this. So the first and most important, and sometimes this is where people go wrong or find it difficult to use with, if you want to use the VBA editor, you have to first activate the developer tab in your ribbon. So how you do that is you click on File, followed by Options. Then you just have to click on the left hand column here on Customize Ribbon, and then on the main tabs you'll notice that the developer, here's the developer tab, right? If I go and uncheck this, it will remove the developer tab in the ribbon, but I have to check this, and you'll notice that, you know, if you haven't used that before, the chances are 100% that your developer here will be unchecked. So please go and check that, and then you'll see your developer tab is here. And if you need to put in any coding, if you need to do any programming in the developer tab, just click on developer and go to view code. And on your left hand column you will see all the different options and settings that you can use to go and perform your programming in. And I will cover specific series on this where I will go into more depth and help you guys to program and how to use VBA. We'll not do that now. So that is the last of this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please go and leave a comment and subscribe to our channel. And just the last reminder, remember that we do have a mathematics help assignment service for all high school students. So guys, if you are in high school and you need help with mathematics, I really want to help you. Go to the link in the description box below and go and upload your mathematics assignment on the Excel and Math Doctors website, and I will look forward to helping you guys do your mathematics assignments. To all the YouTube viewers that's here for the first time, keep a lookout for this channel and await all our future videos that I want to share with you guys. Thanks for watching. Have a good day and all the best, guys. Bye bye.